Just gonna wait a few minutes for a few people to hop on. Good morning. Today is Friday. Friday. Okay. I don't know why it seems like this lighting is off over here, but this I'm on two devices. So if you see me veering off over here, it's because I'm on two platforms. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Tap the screen. Come on in. It's Friday, and you will be joining me eating some good old fruit. Yes, I'm that girl. As you, if if you keep hearing me talk about a journey, which is my weight loss journey, that's that girl. Okay, so I'm getting my washcloths and everything. I'm in my bed, comfy and all. Okay, what I'm gonna start talking about is emotions, feelings, and things that I have been seeing on the social media platform. A lot of it. Okay. For those of you, I'm trying to bring awareness about certain things that we go through in life, okay? I'm on the tube and I'm on the tick, okay? So I'm eating my breakfast, which is orange, and I'm talking about emotions. I'm gonna start off talking about minds, okay? One of the reasons, as I keep telling everyone, I'm on two platforms. So if you see me looking over here, veering off, looking over here, it's because um goodness. Mm, I'm talking to two sets of people, I guess you can call it. Okay. So lately I have been feeling some kind of way. And one of the reasons why I like to go live and do my lives and stuff like this. YouTube, you familiar with me about my journey is I've been seeing it too often. People talking about not loving their family. Disclaimer, this is not about nobody per se, but it's a topic that I've been seeing. And also, I'm a single mom raising my grandchildren. And this morning I got emotional. I'm just going to jump right on in. For those of you, you can, on YouTube, you can go to the beginning. I don't know how it is on TikTok. And you can tap the screen, share, invite, like, and help support your girl, okay? Because she's a struggling grandmother, okay? Struggling grandmother. So this morning I was sitting and watching my grandchildren as I always do. Sometimes I record it, but I made a video on YouTube. Breakfast again, one water and some good old Java, okay? You can call it mukbang if you want to, because I'm smacking. These oranges are so freaking sweet. And so tap the screen, share, and I was with my grandchildren, and I just started crying a little bit. I don't know. My thing is this. I'm gonna be honest and transparent about it a little bit. My kids lost their father. Okay. June 18, 2017, on Father's Day. All my kids are grown. They had a good life, good father, good mom, which I'm the mom. Dad's in heaven. And God called them on home on Father's Day. If anybody want to look it up, they can look it up. The obituary, Albert. No, let me take that back. Sergeant Albert Benjamin Fagin Sr. Okay, my kid's father was in the military. Um, and ever since he's passed away, you know, sometimes it takes a person a long time to heal. And sometimes you never heal from losing a loved one. Some people don't grieve. Some people don't know how to grieve. Some people don't know how to mourn. But there's a difference between the two. Look it up. I feel you should grieve first and then mourn. I believe there's a difference. I might be saying it wrong, but this is my way of thinking. I have been the backbone, the supporter, the shoulder to cry on. And I feel like I don't know what to do. But I'm doing a lot. I feel like I'm losing my kids. True story. I have to be strong. I have to be the one. I'm one person, I know that, but I feel like I'm 9. And I said that because I have 4 kids, 5 grandchildren. Okay. And I'm raising and taking care of. And I'm truly saying this to be all out, faithful, and honest saying it. It's hard for me because I know I can't help everybody or heal everyone. But when I see my children hurting, okay, I had to do something on my thing. You know, a lot of people want you to have moderators. I get that, but I'm still waiting on my channel to elevate to do so. When I see my kids hurting, I feel like I have to be strong. I am strong. And I want to continue to be strong. I'm losing weight. Man, I look at these phones or the mirrors and see my reflection on how I look. Like right now, I look amazing. And I love the way I look. I can see my collarbone, my neck, my face is slimming down. I went walking this morning. I have a stepper on both my phones. I put one on the one, and then I end up putting it on another because sometimes I switch up on the phones. I'm doing everything I possibly can do to be healthy, happy, content, and walking in my purpose. Mm. How strong are you supposed to be? My grandchildren saw me cry this morning. I don't hold back no tears. They knew I was crying. They did. And they so supportive. They so sweet. Grandma, don't be sad. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with my kids. I don't. I wish we all can And I'm going to suggest this. Go to a family counseling, therapy, a support group, or something. Because when you lose a loved one, such as mom, dad, siblings, it is a hard pill to swallow. A hard pill to swallow. And here I am, a person that suffered from anxiety and depression and trying to lose weight and stay focused. Excuse me. Stay focused on my journey. That's why I'm doing this. This is almost like a diary for me because I don't have no one else to talk to. Mm-mm. And I'm not concrete getting deep down in family issues. This is the true thing. Mourning, grieving, losing someone that you love. And my kids, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm helping raising grandchildren and doing for grandchildren. And I don't think I ever grieved and mourned. I don't share tears. I miss my kid's father. And this is not to be no sad segment. This is to be a segment of me being boisterous because things like this don't be addressed too often. People don't talk about the right thing. They talk about the wrong thing. I see on the social media platform all up and through about one topic on a certain individual. And it's about family issues and not liking their parents and not loving them and not getting along. My thing is this, and I don't care. I'm going to say this. From a child myself, dealing with so many different types of abuse, and knowing, I know what happened to me, I'm not going to get all up and through, deep down into the curves of it, unless I want to, and bash people. And I had some horrible things happen to me. God knows in heaven I did. I say, you got to make a change for yourself, your life, what you want, how you want to live your life. You got to be that person to make the difference for yourself. But I am not, disclaimer, going to put my mom on here and drag her through the mud. Your mom might have been the one, parent, disclaimer, just saying, might be the one that did it. True. You think I'm going to cuss my mom out? You think I'm going to cuss my mom out? Forgiveness is for yourself. You got to forgive yourself too, because you're not no different than that person that actually did something to you. Because once you can have childhood traumas, don't get me wrong. You can have triggers, don't get me wrong. But I said this for me. When I met my kid's father, he saved my life. True story. Saved my life. Okay? I was that quiet, shy, easy to cry, timid child. Didn't do nothing wrong. Respected my mom to the utmost. Utmost. And if any of my siblings get on any platform that I'm on, they will say this. I was not no disobedient child, despite what I got done to me. Now that I'm an adult, it's up to me to want to live my life a different way. It's up to me to want to make a difference. It's up to me to want to change. Okay? And this is real facts. Okay? I can write a book. I have a story. All of us do. I'm emphasizing this because I don't care. Why would you take and drag your mom. Because I'm going to tell you something. This is the truth. Despite how you may have been done by anyone, they got to pay for it. Oh, they do. Their conscience is going to eat them up. I don't care. Everybody has a conscience. Some people are self-conscious. Some people got a conscience. Some people's conscience. Some people have a conscience that don't care. Some people have consciences that will literally eat at them. Okay. And I say all that to say, people can read between the lines what I'm saying about myself. When I met my children's father, he made the change in my life for me and with me, not for him, for us. He changed me because he listened. He let me be vocal and boisterous. And, one would probably say, oh, well, he mowed you. No, he didn't mow me. He healed me. He helped me to heal. Let me say it like that. And I worked on it because that's what I wanted. Don't work against it. Why would you go to a doctor or a counselor or somebody, or pastor or whoever you choose to talk to, and everything they tell you, you go out the door or whatever, and you go against it, okay? He was in the military. He did 15 years, got out. He went to Desert Storm, the war, salute. And honey, let me tell you, I was a military wife. Young military wife. I was 19 years old. Well, actually 18 when I met him. Hell. So all the way up until he got out, and he was in 15 years. Okay. So listen, I was 18. So 15 years added on to 18. I supported him to the utmost. I was that wife. 4 kids. Went overseas, went to Germany. I lived in Germany, Stuttgart, Germany for 4 years. 4 years. And I wish I could take that back, because that's where I left my happiness at, in Stuttgart, Germany. Okay. From 1988 to 1992. What was that? 88, 89, 91, almost 5 years. About 4 years and some months. I lived there. Beautiful. And when people say, I feel like I didn't even have no problems then. Literally, like, it was almost like a picture perfect dream. Nice life, good life. And I wouldn't have changed that for nothing in the world. Until I step back on to this other side of the world, okay? He's gone. He's no longer living. And my kids, I feel like I'm losing them. I'm very supportive. Very. Okay? I was with 3 of my grandchildren down at I monitor the kids at the bus corner. And when I say monitor, it's almost like patrol. And I'm glad I can do that too, because that still allows me to get out the door, exercise, motivate me to do what I'm supposed to do. I have 2 steppers on my phone, one on this one on this one. I'm on 2 different social media things, okay? And so if I'm looking over here, I got a phone here, one here. So anywho, I have the what you call the stepper on my phone. And I'm trying to stay focused and motivated. And this fly is buzzing around me. But who do you turn to when you don't have no one to talk to? This screen I'm looking at. Life. Life is a journey and a struggle. And that's why I say lifestyle. Okay. And when I see, I'm not caught up into what I was talking about, how you're going to drag your mom I know a lot of people probably follow this person too, because it's a viral situation. And seeing it is really troubling, sometimes to the point to where I don't like looking at it. And it ain't because of what someone's doing, it's because it's life, and sometimes it can give you triggers, okay? Everybody's story is theirs. We can't compare it to nothing, right? But at the same token, again, once you become a mom, once you become an adult, once you move out of the nest, so to speak, leave it to be if you moved out when you were 16 years old and had to take care of yourself. Because, honey, this is a true story here. I raised 3 of my siblings. I raised them. Not took care, raised them. And I have done so at a very young age. So me becoming a mom, maybe that is why I am the way I am with my kids. I'm so supportive of my children. I ain't never had my husband come back or come home or come back because he was in the war, okay? If anything, he came back, we was able to get a new car, okay? Because I didn't spend money crazy. And that's real talk. I have always been responsible. Always. It was just, to me, my mindset has always been mature. And the first time I can remember as far back as 10 years old watching kids, and they was my cousin. Me and my older sister used to go over to our aunts and uncles' house and babysat for them. Okay. Then I worked for this summer program. I don't know if anyone knows. You can comment down below. Tap on the screen though. And it was CETA. Remember the summer program CETA? I worked for them. And you know, when you had to go to school, you worked what, 2 to 3 hours maybe, and it was in a daycare at a church. Me and my sister both. She was in one class, I was in the other. But in the summertime, we worked at this place called KNI, Kansas Neurological Institution. And it was with, I don't like to say the word, I'm going to say handicap, because I don't like to say that R word, okay? And they had, you know, mental issues and disabilities, right? I was 14 years old doing that. And when I got my paycheck, because my dad, when we was young, we had a Snoopy piggy bank, and it was tall. It was 4 girls, 1 boy. When it got filled up to the top, he took us to the bank, cut it open, and we was able to start our bank account. And when I was 14 working, as I'm saying, I'm leading into this, I was able to go to my own bank account, cash my check, have a deposit, keep it, whatever. And fast forward, as I got older and was in high school, I bought my own school clothes. And it wasn't because my mom and daddy couldn't. My dad worked for Santa Fe Railroad. He worked there and retired 36 years, okay? 36 years. And my mom, she was she babysat, catered, and help support with like functions and parties and things like that. My mom, okay? So we wasn't poor coming up. I always say we was middle upper class because my dad was a hard working Southern man, okay? My mom was too. Both of them. She was a stay at home mom. But also, I wouldn't really consider that because things she did, she left the house to have to do too. So, but mainly like childcare, babysitting, she did that. So it was both of my parents bringing in the bread. And my mindset is like that. I can't just sit down. What do? I sell jewelry, make candles, and I have income other than that. And no, it ain't no disability. Okay. If you listen, my kid's father was in the army, and I was married to a military man. So I'm taking care of, okay? But that's still, to me, not saying they couldn't take care of me. I wanted more. And that's when I started, you know, my business, which was October the 18th, 2019, still doing it. And then now I decided to start making candles, and just like selling it here and there, eyeglasses, lip gloss, etc., etc. And it ain't like I'm just hustling to do it for a piece of change. No, this is a lifestyle. I want to be able to become a homeowner. And I'm working so hard. I keep saying car, but I need a vehicle. I tell, you, I tell my grandkids, look here, it's about to be winter, it just turned fall. Okay. And my mind is just dead on it. I need one. I'm down there with them. I don't want to be standing in the cold and them standing in the cold, and then where I live to get there. I mean, it ain't like no serious long walk, but in a sense it is. When it's cold, them walks is long, ain't they? The walks is long. So I'm sitting up there this morning talking to my grandchildren, and they're so sweet. As I said, I was sad, thinking about my child. Children, not just child. I have one of my daughters, and I'm not embarrassed to say this. She was a daddy's girl. She'll be 34. It's hard. I feel like I'm losing her. Literally. When he passed away, I lost her. And I say this to everyone that suffer from losing someone. But it's hard. I lost my mom, and it was hard. But my kids losing their father is even harder. I say that because I took care of my mom. And for someone to just even, you know what? Okay, I get it. I get it. If your parents did something to you, I get it. My mom apologized to me. True story. 1996, in my living room on my sofa. I loved my mom. And me and my older sister said this. My mom was a teenage mom. She was a baby herself. How the hell did she know how to take care of two children? And that's not dragging her up and through there. And I guess that's what put in my mind to say, break these cycles. You can break them. You've been a certain way with your kids and family. One would think that abuse is just like a physical thing. It's not no physical thing. It's mental. It's psychological, emotional. And it can be worse than physical. You'll never forget what someone's done to you. Never. You have a mind, okay? And your mind ain't gonna let you forget, but your mind need to be at peace, right? Let your mind be at peace. Set it, let it go, release it. I'm so serious. Release it. Because it ain't doing nothing but holding you hostage. It ain't holding that person hostage, believe it or not. Some people is so one-sided into thinking that the person that did something to you, that they're suffering. They're not suffering. You're suffering, and you need to release it, let go of it, so you can feel better. I don't care if you have to go to a gym or somewhere, and I'm just that person, and punching bags or take up some type of fighting technique classes or something to release all that frustration, anger, anxiety that it has set in you. And I'm that girl. This ain't no making up. God put that man in my life for a reason. And I'm going to tell you, him not being here, I can always remember that. But I could also always remember whatever happened to me, for someone to come, which was my mom, to apologize to me, that makes it even more the better. Because it wasn't just, I'm sorry. It was a meaning behind it, words behind it, message behind it. And I struggled with it for a while. It wasn't like it was a quick fix. My kid's father helped me. I literally would not talk. If you didn't know no better, you would have thought I was mute as a kid. I wouldn't ask for nothing. If my mom or dad or whoever, an elder or adult told me to do something, I never had a lip. That's why I say it's different forms of bullying. So where I'm at in my life now, and with the help of my children's father, and I've been to, doctors, therapists. Matter of fact, I done been to doctors to analyze myself, and hell, all of them tell me, girl, ain't nothing wrong with you, ain't nothing wrong with me. But you can't say ain't nothing wrong with you if you ain't went to evaluate yourself. No, it doesn't mean you have to go to a doctor. Just go somewhere, like I said, a pastor, or sit down if you have to have some kind of meeting with a friend. I'm one for not wanting to tell people that I know for real about anything. I would rather tell a stranger about what I'm going through. I had a doctor. I was going to get some injections in my knees because I had an accident, and everything ain't about a weight problem. But being that I'm on this weight loss journey, I'm a tall individual, weight, and the injuries that I had a brace from my foot all the way up to my thigh, because it ain't funny, but it is. I was coming out of the store, and I was regular walking. Actually, I was small then. Small. Like, for real. And when they have the oil and the transmission fluid and stuff, that's why they're supposed to keep the parking lots clean. Some kind of way, my foot went boom, and I'm glad I was smaller then, fell and popped my knee, leg, something. I forget. It's been a while, okay? And the store owner ran the camera and automatically gave me the information. Ambulance came. This lady, she was so nice. She gave me all my credentials. Everybody was around. My husband at the time, my sister, my brother-in-law, the kids. We was about to go fishing. So we was going to a store to get some beverages, drinks, snacks, whatever, and get some gas. And that happened. So I'm saying that to say I have problems with my legs sometimes, okay? And even if I'm hurting, I still go. I'm 57 years old. 57 years old. And I look at some, and I'm going to leave that one there. I'm like, whoa. So even though I've had those triggers and traumas, I've had some triggers. You're going to have some triggers. You're going to have some triggers. Okay? You're going to have some triggers. My kid's father helped me. I have a shirt that I had made. Helping me is healing me. I'm helping myself to heal. You have to work on yourself. You can't sit around every day and be like this pity buzz, pity buzz, pity buzz, talking about it. And this is what I keep seeing for those. Y'all can, I don't know if they can rewind it over here, but over here, y'all can rewind and go back to the beginning of the whole conversation of what I'm saying. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, periodically I'll give you an update or a recap. I'm talking about people that are going through grieving, mourning, losing loved ones, having a parent, and you are so bitter with that parent. And this is the most contradicting thing I ever heard. Why would you say, my mom or my dad's never done nothing for me? They never done nothing for me. But if I go to your house, I understand there's moments. Timing is everything. And wanting to talk to you or call you, and you say, I don't feel like talking right now. Okay, respect the space, right? Respect it. But then 2 days go past and I'm texting and calling. You don't need to say, don't nobody care about me. Don't nobody see about me. That text is receipts unless you delete it. Okay. You don't need to say that nobody care about you. Sometimes you don't care about yourself. Sometimes we got to take accountability for our actions. Grow up. And that's how I think. I could share tears like I just did, and I don't care. Because I'm hurting for my children, my grandchildren. I could turn this phone around. Y'all can see my room right now. And this is no shame, no pity, but I'm living in a flood zone. My closet flooded. And I got everything out. I washed 2 loads of clothes yesterday, which was $4 because wash, dry, 8. I got all these clothes right here, a big bunch over here. My granddaughter sleeps on the floor, but it's comfortable because I took the sofa pillows off and they on the floor because it's a sleeper sofa, but it takes up too much room. So I kind of like fixed it to where it almost kind of looked like a futon in a sense. And she got 3 pillows, blankets, cover. Okay, that right there in itself does not mean you're poor. This bed behind me, I just purchased this. This is mine, okay? But I'm looking at all this. And I just recently I had the renter's insurance, okay? Read between the lines. Come on, we're right here, right? Right here. And it's been too much. It's been overwhelming because I'm like, oh, goodness. I wish somebody helped me do this a lot. I feel like paying somebody to do it. Until I said, not yesterday, yesterday was Thursday. Wednesday is when I started sorting them out because they had to tear up my carpet all the way up, okay? Tear it all the way up, bring 2 machines. Was it 2 or 3? No, 3. They bought 2 huge dehumidifiers, 1 small one, and then they turned back around. That man knocked on the door. He bought an air purifier, and I said, oh my goodness, I kept saying it, but that one was different. The dehumidifier was literally sucking that's what it's supposed to do, all the moisture out of my house. It felt like it was coming out of my soul too. Me and my granddaughter's nose was dry. We wake up in the morning and that gross stuff that you bring up, okay? And all that stuff, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is just stressing me out, okay? So I'm still looking with a little bit more relief, I guess you could say. And then I look over here. I'm gonna show you, okay? Flip this camera on around. There goes some right there, right there. Then we're gonna come on over here, over there, okay? And then look over there. All of that. Oh. The closet wall they came and put back together I think Tuesday. So from August the 28th or 29th, a month, and still counting. I'm living in I was gonna say a war zone, not a war zone, but like I'm just moving in and having unpacked. That's the best way to, explain it or describe it. And so, and as I was saying, I'm trying to stay focused, but also keep on track. I think I'm kind of having like a trigger moment a little bit. But here we go again. Per se, nothing's wrong with me. Crying is good. If you're having a moment, it's good. I'm just not understanding, and probably never will. But as I was saying about my daughter, I kind of wanted the tears to go away a little bit. So that's why I kind of changed the story a little bit. My baby miss her dad. All my children do. My granddaughter said to me this morning, "Why are you sad, Grandma?" And I told her why. She said, "Mommy, Uncle, Anna, Shay, sometimes even the ones that you know that's doing good." My kids are good kids, you know. I don't brag on them because you still go through things. But my whole thing is I'm sitting here seeing them, be sad and stuff. And it hurts me. And no, I don't want to be fake. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be fake. I want to know what's wrong. I want to know what it is. I want to know if I can help you. I don't want you to be feeling like you alone and don't have no one. I know I ain't no band-aid that I can put on the sore and heal you. That's how I felt with my mom. And what I was saying about moms or parents or loved ones that you lose, some people never get over it. What happened to my brother, I'd never get over it. Never. Somebody took his life. Only brother I had, he was the baby. My mom, my uncle said, he said sometimes losing a loved one to an illness is more understanding than losing a loved one to something else, right? I miss my mom because my mom and I, see, here we go. All this stuff, if y'all pay attention to what I'm saying and then coming back at it, was the best of friends. But in the beginning of life, I didn't feel that way. I took care of my mom when she was sick. I took care of her. So on that note, I miss her because she's my mom. I miss her because she's not here. I miss her because she was my parent. I miss her because she was my friend. I miss her because she was the only one, literally, true story, I could talk to on the phone and didn't want to talk to no one else. all day, pretty much. She get off dialysis and come home. She call me. She said, Lisa. That's what everybody in my family call me is Lisa, but that's not my name. Okay. Everyone calls me Lisa. Okay. I'm home. She went to dialysis. I would go over to my mom's house in the morning and I will be with her because I didn't stay too far from her. All of us stayed like I call it a C. Me, my sisters, my baby sister right across the street from my mom. Like literally look out the door, you see her house. My other sister stayed like 5 minutes, and then I stayed like maybe 3, depending on the light. Then my other sister probably 5-6 minutes, but we always close to each other. You got lights, that's why I say that. And I would have to come from the opposite side of the medium of divided it from us on that side. I had to come around. It would be a light, and then come on through. Sometimes light red, sometimes green. Come on in the house, and I had a key to her house, and make sure she was in her wheelchair. Make sure she had all her stuff, even like something as simple as grapes and lifesavers, because she was diabetic. For her sugar, if it gets low, grapes is good to carry with you. And give her insulin. She had asked me one time, would you be able to do this if you had to? And I said, being honest, I said, ooh, just like this. But I said, yes, Mama. I don't know why I thought about it, because I see how she did it, and it was like, okay. But yes, to save my mom's life, I'll say that in a heartbeat, yes. And a couple of times I had to do it for her. I had to make sure she was in her chair. She had her seat. And when the transportation guy comes, because she was catching transportation to her dialysis appointment, and until she got her dialysis appointments set up for her pickup and transportation, I took my mom, I think it was a whole month. I would take her there, pick her up. And my mom's last name was White. The lady's name at the front desk, which was the receptionist, she had the same name as my mom. Okay. Same name as my mom. And my mom's was White. Her first name was the same as my mom. Her last name was, I want to say Brown. I think it was Brown. If not, it was Black. But anyhow, she knew me. All the people that was in the back, I would go back there and sit with her when she's dialyzing. One time for Easter, she had a lot of stuffed animals and she washed them. And we came and me and my kids and gave it to the people at the place. She wanted to put a smile on their face. We would take like little candy, gifts and stuff. And those people would always ask my mom, where's your daughter at? When she started getting picked up with the transportation, where's your daughter? And I go and sit with her for a minute before I let her go. I didn't just drop her off. And then when she gets sick at the hospital, let me tell you something, how I know my mom was sick. Something would come over me and I would cry. And I didn't know what was going on. And when I say cry, I'm talking about cry like painful crying. Sooner or later, I end up getting a phone call. Lisa, I'm at the hospital. Okay. One would probably say, okay, she was at the hospital. Every time this happened, my mom was in the hospital quite a bit. She was on dialysis. She would have to go to get her for her fistula. For anyone that knows about dialysis, They put it in your arm. They try to put it in the arm that you don't use. She was right hand, so it was in her left. She would have to go get it open wide because it would close up, clog up. They would have to open it up, and so the she could dialyze. The flow can go good, right? I was sick for that. That'd be a in and out thing. But if she got real sick, they admit her in the hospital, and she would go to this one hospital where she can get dialyzed in the hospital. My mom went to dialysis for over 10 years. She did not miss one day. She didn't. Mm-mm. She got real sick, and they took that fistula out of her arm, and it was supposed to put it in the right one. You hear what I said? Supposed to. Even if you didn't put that in her arm, why you didn't put the PICC line back in first time when before you get your procedure done, they had put a PICC line in and they could have dialyzed you from that. Why I know so much? Because I was that person. Why I know so much? CNA worker. Okay. I've taken care of cancer patients. And I was so in tune to it. I started off as a PCA, personal care aide, cleaning the house, doing a little light shopping, whatever. And I was at this one man's house. He was alone, never been married or anything. But he had nurses around the clock. So he lived in his home. And he was sick. He had hospice come, and the hospice lady needed help turning him. For those that don't know, when you bed bound, you're supposed to get turned so you won't get no bed sores. Okay, they call it pressure wounds. Okay, and you're supposed to have a certain mattress. Okay, I'm letting people know this because a lot of folks didn't. Just the same way with my kid's father. I don't know why they didn't, but when he was in a nursing home. That's a whole story in itself. I had to tell them, why y'all don't have a special mattress for him? And they brought it. I'm like, you would have thought that's something they would have known. You're a nursing home. I learned and I share what I learned, okay? So they did. And because you're just laying there, your blood flow is almost like it's clotting up. And that's what causes bed sores. Okay. So they call them it's a word. It's not really A. I can't think of it right offhand. But anywho, my mom went to the hospital. I would be up there with her all day. And when I say all day, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 9, 10 o'clock at night. I was even up there when she got released from the hospital one time, and the firefighters would have to transport her because she couldn't walk. And the reason why she was in the my kids' dad was in a nursing home and assisted living facility. My mom was in just for a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks. She went to a rehabilitation because they wanted to work on her mobility so she can start walking. So the ambulance and the firefighters and stuff wouldn't have to come to take her to dialysis or to the hospital. Again, she went faithfully. And that was her transportation once she couldn't get back on the other one. I helped the firefighters lift my mom onto the stretcher. Mm-hmm. She was in the hospital, getting released. She wanted me to call her husband. He wasn't my father. He was my mom's husband. Nothing bad. I had a dad. My dad, my mom was together over 20 years. But anyhow, married, I should say. So another man never raised me. Respect the man though. But I just said that disclaimer. He wasn't my father. Um, Helped her. Repeat, recap. For those that's out there not loving their parents, mom, dads, get over it. And that's say I had to say, get over it. You have to for your mental health. You got children, peak game. I don't believe everything's hereditary. Cycles can be broken. Cycles can be broken. You gotta want it. You sitting up there talking about it and acting a certain way around your own children. You ain't no better than the person that did it to you. Break it. People kill me acting like they got all this knowledge about things, and they going around here acting like they the one that's worse off than the person that did it. Okay, again, there's traumas. There's such things as traumas. Such things. But on that note, I was venting. And I'm about to conclude this live on the strength of saying this. Love yourself. Be you, for you, do you. We got to. We can't continue to let our past, I'm speaking from experience, okay, define our future or our present moment, because we don't know what the future, but we can try to get prepared for it. That's all we can. We can't say what it's going to be. We can say we want it to be this way, but we don't know for certain. I just want to make my kids happy, myself happy, and I say it starts with me first, and my grandbabies. I got to be happy. I want to be healed. I'm claiming it. I don't want to be sad. And if I do, there's nothing wrong with having emotions. But I don't want it to be because somebody's causing them towards me. I want it to be like if I cry because I don't feel good or just some natural thing, right? Or I hurt myself, okay? But just to be crying all the time and being sad and depressed and down and everything, I just pray to God that everyone that's going through anything that's mental, emotional, physical, sexual, please get help. Don't suffer in silence. Please get help. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm getting help, but I'm trying to see what I can do to help my children. And I'm so serious. It's hurting me to see them hurt. And I said, God, He will provide your every needs or supply them. Get help. On that note, I'll see y'all soon.